finding a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you, and just making sure that you either have a cushion, a folded blanket, or even a towel underneath your sit bones just to give you some height for this class. So finding your comfortable seat, closing the eyes, lengthening your spine, rolling your shoulders down. Neck is long, chin is slightly tucked. Softening through the face, the jaw. Elbows are relaxed, fingers are relaxed. Your breath is nice and easy. Keeping that nice, easy breath in and out, so we're not trying to control it, but just letting it come and go. Bring your awareness down to your navel. And just begin to observe. Belly gently rises as you inhale. And then belly gently falls back in with the exhale. No need to change the breath. If you find yourself distracted by outside sounds, maybe thoughts, just keep drawing your attention back into the belly. We'll be practicing mindfulness during our Yin class today. And I invite you to use either the navel or the nostrils as your point of focus to anchor you into the present. So if your awareness is at the nostrils, you're just observing the breath flowing in and out. You might find that you have to continuously remind yourself to come back to your breath awareness. That's okay, it's all part of the practice. Letting go of your breath awareness, taking a nice deep inhale to the belly, rolling that same breath up into the chest, filling up the lungs, and exhaling through the mouth. 2 more times, inhale. And again. Gently blink open your eyes. Our first posture for our Yin class today is forward fold. So I want you to be seated on your cushion, your blanket, your towel, whatever you have. Extend the legs out in front of you. So we're on a cushion or a blanket towel because we want the hips to be slightly higher than the knees. This helps us to roll the pelvis forward. So you have several versions or variations for your forward fold. The first is that your knees might be bent so that you can tilt the pelvis forward. In forward fold, we want to bring our tummy towards our thighs before our chest, so we're not doing this. So if you can extend your legs long and still tilt the pelvis forward, feel free to do that. Your feet are flexed and your toes might even be pulling back towards your face if you like. Taking an inhale, bring your hands to either side of your hips. And as you exhale, just slowly walking your way down. Pausing wherever you need to. And at this stage, I want you to keep your chest lifted. So your chest is pointing towards your toes are pulling back towards your chest. And don't forget, if you need to, you can use a strap around the tops of your feet, holding onto the strap, or even a tie. So you should feel the stretch engaged down the back of the legs and all the way up to the lower back here. Once you've found your comfortable spot or your sweet spot, I want you to close the eyes. And bring your breath awareness into the navel or into the nostrils. Softening that space between the eyebrows and the jaw. Keep on guiding yourself back again and again. And just get curious with yourself as you practice your mindfulness. What does it feel like just to watch the breath come and go? Does it make you feel more calm, more peaceful? Maybe more alert? There's no right or wrong answer, just noticing what you notice. Don't get involved in the story. Just notice, accept it, let it go. Come back to your breath awareness. You can stay here if you like. Otherwise, you might take an inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, curl through the upper back. Bring your chin to your chest and relax the neck. You might be able to fold forward a little bit further here. When you've found your sweet spot, coming back to that present moment, back to the breath. Keeping the breath natural, even and calm. Three more breaths here. Do your next exhale, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe bring your hands behind you, bend the knees, take a little window wiper movements from side to side. Be nice and gentle. And staying on your cushion, blanket, towel, whatever it is that you have, bring your soles of your feet together, let your knees drop out nice and wide. We're coming into our seated butterfly. So you can choose whether you draw the heels in close to the buttocks. Just make sure that if you are, that you can keep the spine nice and long so you're not rounding through the lower back. If you are doing that, even if you're on your cushion, you could bring your heels further away from the buttocks, and then this helps you to sit up slightly taller. So you find your sweet spot. Hands on ankles or toes, whatever feels best. Take an inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, you might like to bring the torso forward and bring the elbows into the knees, helping the hips to open. As we begin our time in the butterfly, maybe just keeping the chest pointing forwards for now. Close the eyes over. And go ahead and find your breath awareness down at the navel or at the nostrils, you choose. Softening that space between the eyebrows and the jaw. Noticing where your awareness is. If you've found that your thoughts have drifted off, you've gone off into a little story, And just let it go, come back to the breath. Trying not to get too frustrated if you find that it just keeps happening again and again. It's all part of the practice, all part of the game of presence. So just let it go, guide yourself back. Notice that peaceful, calm feeling of simply just watching the breath. Staying where you are, taking an inhale, lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, curl through the upper back, bring your chin toward your chest, releasing the head and neck. Once you have settled, bring yourself back into your chosen breath awareness. And continue to breathe evenly and calmly. Three more breaths here. Guiding yourself back into your chosen breath awareness, down at the navel, maybe at the nostrils. After your third exhale, straightening up the spine. Maybe bring the hands out behind you, bring the soles of the feet to the floor, and we'll just take those gentle window wiper movements. Making your way into a wide leg straddle. So you might like to turn onto the side of your mat like I have, so that you can bring the legs out nice and wide, and just make sure you are sitting on your cushion. If you have a block, you could also sit on your block here. So I know that this can be quite an intense pose for some people. Please know that you are more than welcome to have the knees bent, absolutely. If you do have the knees bent, you won't want to walk the hands forward, but you might like to just stay with your fingertips propped up on your fingertips behind you, like so. So if that's where you need to be, that's where you can go. Otherwise, you can straighten the legs. Make sure that wherever you are, the feet are flexed, and you could even begin to draw the toes back towards you. Lengthening through the spine, getting nice and tall, roll those shoulders down. And if you're someone who sits at a desk all day and you quite often feel like you're like this, then you can stay here also. No worries, you can practice your mindfulness in your yin pose like this. Otherwise, bringing your hands out in front of you, fingertips on the floor, take an inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, walking forwards. Doesn't have to be far. You'll feel the inside of the thighs, the groin area, activate here. Once you've found your sweet spot, close your eyes. Tuning into your breath awareness, anchoring into your mindfulness practice. Feeling that relief of simply just watching the breath, nothing else to do. You get caught up in any thoughts, just acknowledge them, let them go. Guide yourself back into the nostrils or the navel. can play around with walking the hands out even further if it feels good. A reminder, if it doesn't feel good, you don't have to do it. So just staying where you are. Constantly guiding yourself back into the breath. Notice if you've collected any tension in your shoulders, your eyebrows, or your jaw, releasing wherever you can. Taking 3 more breaths here. 3 mindful breaths. If you've walked the hands forward, gently walking back. Maybe bring the fingertips behind you, lift the chest and just open through the heart area for a moment. And then leaning back on your hands, gently bending the knees and walking the feet back in together. And we'll take a few of those nice easy window wiper movements. Be very gentle with yourself, especially in our yin classes where we hold for those longer periods of time. We need to be gentle with the body. And then extend your legs out nice and long. Alright, this next pose we have different levels, so just pay attention to how the body's reacting and just stopping at the level that's good for you. So make sure you're still on your cushion, your towel or your blanket. And I want you to bend the right leg and step the right foot over top of the left. So this might be where you stay. You might already feel a nice stretch down around that right side, outside of the hip area. If you like, you can begin to take a hold of the right ankle and draw the right ankle towards the outside of the left hip. So what we're looking for is the right knee over top of the left knee. Just pausing here, making sure that everything feels okay. And if you like, you can begin to experiment a little more by drawing the left heel towards the outside of the right hip. So if you are here, please make sure that you can still breathe and there's no sharp pains. You'll definitely feel activation through this right side area. Wherever you are, get yourself as comfortable as you can, remembering that there will be a slight level of discomfort, but there should never be real pain in the pose. So you need to back off if there is any pain there. Sitting up nice and tall and just bringing your arms slightly away from the body, palms facing up. If that's not comfortable, you can bring your hands on top of your right knee, keeping the elbows soft. Close the eyes, soften your gaze and your jaw. Tuning into your breath awareness, whether it's at the navel or the nostrils. And giving yourself permission to do nothing but just observe the breath. Nothing else to do right now, nowhere else to be. Keeping the breath natural, calm and even. Notice where your awareness has gone. Gently guiding yourself back into the presence with your breath. Five more breaths here. Practicing your mindfulness, even breath. Gently blinking open the eyes. Bring your weight back onto the sit bones, and then we need to come out the way that we came in. So if you have bent the left leg, begin to extend the left leg long first, and then you can step the right foot back over. Just extend the legs for a moment, give them a little shake out, and then draw the knees back in. Gentle window wiper movements. And we do the other side, so extending the legs nice and long. Remembering that your start position is simply by stepping the left foot over the right. You might find on this side you're slightly tighter or there's a bit more space there. If you can, maybe bring the heel towards the outside of the hip. See if you can get knee over knee. And then if you'd like to go even further, drawing that right heel in towards the left hip. Making sure that the sit bones feel nice and even. And then placing the arms, either just open palms, or you can rest your hands on your knee. Sitting up nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders, softening your gaze and your jaw. Choosing your breath awareness. Where is your awareness? Gently guiding yourself back into the present moment. Enjoying that peaceful, calm feeling of simply just watching the breath. Nothing else to do right now. Five more breaths here. Anchoring yourself into your mindfulness practice by breathing evenly and calmly, and simply just observing that breath. Gently blinking open the eyes. Bringing the weight into your sit bones and your hands behind you. Remembering to bring that right leg straight first, and then stepping the left foot over. Extend the legs, give them a little shake. And then draw the knees in. Nice easy window wiper movements from side to side. And we move into our last pose, our Shavasana. So get yourself comfortable as you lay down on the mat. Bring your feet as wide as the mat. Let your toes hang out. Let there be lots of space for your arms. Palms facing out, flattening the shoulder blades against the mat. As you settle into your Shavasana, we'll spend a few moments just practicing our mindfulness. So just bringing your awareness into the nostrils or the navel, whatever feels most natural for you. And try not to change the breath as you just watch the belly rise and fall, or just observe that coolness of the inhale and the warmth of the exhale in and out of the nostrils. Feeling calm and peaceful as the body begins to soften into your Shavasana. The muscles begin to relax, shoulders and the hips release tension. Gently guiding yourself back to your breath awareness as soon as you notice that you may have wandered off. Staying here for as long as you like. When you're ready, blinking open the eyes and finding your comfortable seat. Namaste.